Hello, hello. I'm gonna do this at my desk tonight because I actually never sit here. .611 port Siren? Oh, heck no. I'll still do it in Siren OSC anyways. I hear what that sounds like. What is that? Oh. Just go reset. Guys, the AC is cold. I know, crazy. Stop blowing cold air. Here. I'm on Siren OSC right now, and I'm making a 611 port Siren just for kicks and giggles. Alright, let's see how this sounds. That is not 611 port. My Chromebook is a piece of junk. Okay. 11. Okay. 6. Yes. Don't change. Sometimes it changes on me. You see what you've done? No, thank you. Let me do... Okay, well, first I'm gonna turn the effects back on. Because yeah. And make the reverb something I actually want to listen to. Set the distance to 1/2 mile. YouTube is removing chats and stuff again. That's annoying. I'm gonna try and recreate the Cyrodrone from the HOR Cyrodrone from SirenCon, the one that I think it's Noise. Tyler Noise Cyrodrone. So I do my best. Let's see. I should do it. Alright, let's see how this sounds. Wait, did I actually edit and actually say 7.9? Huh. That sounds really weird. I think I meant the reverb. Hold on. No torque switching. Reverb. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Maybe I just gotta do it at 0 distance. Does this sound like a 7.9 port Cyrodrome? That is an insane amount of reverb. Oh my goodness. All right, reset. Refreshing the page. Okay. Does this sound fine? This is the default, the 3222. Yes, that sounds fine. So I'm going to set the high chopper to 9 port, get rid of the undertone. Set the low chopper to 7 port, get rid of the undertone. Get rid of the natural undertone. Sine. Remove torque control. Okay. That's the sound. Yeah, YouTube's been going pretty crazy lately. The AI moderation has gone rogue, in short. Um, like you guys probably saw, Charlie posted some video rants of YouTube removing random content from his channel for no reason. There have been several YouTube channels. It's a weird corner of the internet, but for some reason, I've heard a lot about ASMR channels getting banned by the AI. It just really didn't like that kind of content, and so it just like um, carpet banned a bunch of not carpet. It just carpet banned a bunch of channels at once with no chance of appeal. YouTube is just blindly trusting the AI, so they can't appeal the decision any further, which really sucks. Um, anyways. If I set the distance to a quarter mile, how would this siren sound? In attack. Hold on, I need to fix the wind down. It was way too fast. 100 seconds, still no torque control, and I need to change some reverb. About this. Mm-hmm. This is me playing around in the Siren OSC Siren Simulator, trying to recreate that siren that they call it a Syro drone. I swear it's a Cyrex, the HOR Cyrex from SirenCon. Here, you know, why don't I pull up the? There's a million videos of it now that it's been taken to SirenCon. Why don't I pull up a real video and see how it compares? You know, I'm pretty sure I was the only person to guess that it was 7/9 port. 8, 10, 15. Okay, so like a major 7 without the 5th. Interesting. Someone made like a POV, I think, of that siren. It was like a super up close camera. I'm just gonna do the. I'm just gonna do Emmett's video because he always gets good videos at SirenCon. There are a couple decent ones. Actually, there are a lot of these that are decent. Major inversion of Siren OSC in Arizona. Interesting. I've actually never heard of Arizona. I don't know what that is, but that's okay. I fix these glasses. No glasses reveal. It starts mid wind up. We can't have that. Go fun screamer. Of course, all the kids counting down. I keep getting a lot of messages that say, a lot of chat messages that say this message is held for review, and then if I try to click show, it just says, um, like another moderator handled this, and it doesn't let it show. Anyways, that's the one from SirenCon. I want to see if I got the pitch right. Got within a few hertz. I'm using the brake that's really glitchy. It's got the Roblox wind down. I can see all of the messages that you guys send, it's just not everyone else can. It'll say like this message is held for review, and I can tap it and see the message. Hold on. I saw that community post. I saw that community post. I'm cooked, guys. I'm absolutely cooked. Spotted 4904, 9333, strobe, smart sync. Sweet, man. Wait, which, search it up. Okay, it is a true alert. Yeah, so strobe only. Let's see. If I want this to sound more like the original siren, I should put it to 0 distance. Undo the massive reverb that I put on this. Somehow. Reverb 1. Gotta put it back on. Okay. The one at SirenCon had a goofy wind up, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Just gonna test it at full pitch. Ooh. It's flat by a few hertz. Let me try 3480 RPM instead of 3450. Pretty good. Do attack signal. Here. It's not bad, you know. I'm really good at like recreating music and audio related stuff by ear. Um, so yeah, this is kind of fun to play with. I know it, when I say limited, I mean like it limits you to the a sawtooth wave as your waveform if you want it to sound like a real siren and not just like a raw tone. Um, it limits you to a sawtooth wave with a bunch of like frequency cutoffs and things, and like it's like a synthesizer, but you start with like a bass sawtooth wave. Um, but a real siren makes such an odd waveform that I don't even know if a sawtooth wave is a good place to start. Um, I don't know if that's the right, like, if you wanted to do a better recreation, if you wanted to start with the sawtooth wave and synthesize the siren sound from there. Yes, the voice evac on a simplex system is a 500 hertz square wave. If it's running like a coded signal, like continuous code 3 march time, fast pulse, which is really just 300 beats per minute. Here. Wait, do I have my hard drive in this? I do. I actually recreated the um, I actually recreated a lot of the simplex voice evac tones on my computer, um, using just a straight up 500 hertz square wave from, what is it? Like just online sequencer dot, not online sequencer, online tone generator.com or whatever the website actually is. Just generated a 500 hertz square wave at full volume, saved the wave file, and then just cut it up and added periodic silence um, in there. Oh, hey, Jared just posted a video. I'll watch it later. Um, and so I was able to recreate all of the 500 hertz signals that are possible on a simplex panel. And I also recreated the high-low. I forgot. Um, so I'm going to go into my fire alarm sounds and my voice evac folder, and I can play you guys those. I should probably post them. And like the recreations, they're not raw audio right out of a panel, but it's as close to raw audio as possible because it's a straight square wave. So, where's my voice evac folder? There it is. Here, so this is all in this 1 terabyte hard drive, but I've got, like, this is my voice evac folder. Like, this is everything non-simplex, and then I have a dedicated folder. This is all simplex. So, yeah, I love simplex. Do you own any sirens? I have a bunch of mini sirens, most of which I made. Um, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but my like most main mini sirens are a 50-watt megaphone that I've kind of built up into a mini siren. I 3D printed a miniature like 3-port electromechanical siren based off of the old fire sirens in Germany. Though they're only up in Austria now because they were removed in Germany. I have, well, right now it's just a bunch of guts, but I have this mini Carter siren based on like a bench grinder. It doesn't have any rotors in it because it started scraping after I left it in my car. And it overheated. I need to learn my lesson. Don't leave mini sirens out in the car when it gets really hot. I have a couple others. I have a mini Model 2 that doesn't work as intended. I have a hand crank siren. I have an MS490. A couple others maybe. Let's see. Let me scroll back a little bit. Finally got your own homemade siren. Whichever you block the intake, it sounds like a 3T22. That's cool. Dual rotor, dual stator. So yeah, it's like a 3T22. I think. Yes, I'm streaming again. I think a lot of. I mean, when people think of a 10-12 port siren, they immediately think of a 3T22. But honestly, I don't. Well, I don't think of a 3T22 right away because it has those distinct undertones. Like it's dual rotor, right? But then the 10-port side has the 5-port undertone, and the 12 port side has the 4 port undertone because it uses a Model 5 rotor. Um, at least the 12 port side is a Model 5 rotor, which means I guess Federal Signal could have technically made a 10 port Model 5 if they used the low tone rotor from a 3T22. But anyways, like it has those undertones that make it sound super specific and make it sound like a 3T22. If you get rid of those, then it's just a generic 10-12 port siren. It could be anything. Um, like like what you say? Yeah, like a Carter. Um, well, that's with no blocked intake because when you block the intake, main tone goes down, but the undertones stay the same volume basically, so they're more prominent overall. Want to make a damper, but you don't know what shaped cans can fit it. Okay, I'll have to check out some videos if you posted any. Um, so yeah. Hello, ES Northern Indiana WX. Fellow WXJ57 listener, I guess. I'm just being weird. I'm being weird on stream, guys. What was I doing? I was gonna listen to these voice of act files that I made. Do I do that? Let's do that. So I already made a playlist of all of the publicly available voice of act recordings that are at least the high quality ones on YouTube. But I can play the ones that I've made. So I'll start out with all the 500 hertz tones that are simplex. Well, everything in this folder right now is simplex, but here's 20 beats per minute. It's like a slow march time. Here we go. Yeah, so 20 beats per minute, slow march time. Made sure to match that exactly with a metronome, so it is exactly 20 beats per minute. There's regular code 3, 500 hertz. That's pretty average. Like, if you have a simplex system that's set on code 3, it's going to be that, of course. That's like the default. This is one that... So the next one in the folder, these are all just alphabetized by name. No, that's not true. The next one's continuous. This is what my school does. Just a continuous square wave. Though I think my school might do a sine wave actually, because it doesn't have the upper harmonics of a square wave. Though I also know that that school's panel has the 4100 ES in my school has some problems with the amplifier cards. It's not very well done. It glitches a little bit, so it might be just distorting that a little bit. But yeah, it's supposed to play 500 hertz continuous as a square wave, but it plays it as a sine wave. At least that's how it comes out over the speakers. Yes, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I did learn that in freshman biology. I did explore, we did so much stuff with inside the cell, and it's the only thing I remember. It's the only thing I'm going to need to remember because I'm not taking bio again. I had a super nice teacher. I hate bio. Is a super teacher, which made the class tolerable. Okay, this next one is the one I was just about to play before I switched to continuous. This tone has not technically been documented in the form that I'm about to play it in, but on firealarmcollector.com it's known as 520 hertz fast pulse. But there's a lot of evidence that suggests that that is actually a 500 hertz tone recorded onto a cassette tape and then played back to fast, which makes the pitch go up. So it's actually, if that's true, it's actually 500 hertz march time at 300 beats per minute, which sounds like this. So it's kind of interesting. I couldn't see that as used for a fire alarm, really. Maybe it was some other emergency. Well, I guess the default tone for a fire alarm on a select system is slow whoop. But you wouldn't really want to use that fast pulse. Uh, Someone wants me to check my community tab, so I'm going to do that. I have to stop the stream for just a second. Give me just a minute. Um, Maybe I might have to. I don't know if I can pause the stream. Can I? I guess I can sign into YouTube on my home account on my computer. Um, to answer your question, a lot of these tones that I'm playing would be played on a simplex branded fire alarm system if it was voice evacuation, which means that it uses speakers that play an audio signal instead of a bunch of individual horns in each um, fire alarm notification device appliance. Let me sign into my home account, my non-school account, see if I can check my community tab there. Otherwise, I won't be able to until after the stream is over. Gosh, this computer is slow. I got a when I went to I got a YouTube notification a second ago. It was warning sirens in Michiana commented on a video. I don't know which one though. It didn't say. Can I visit my community on my school computer? Let's find out. Spinning, spinning. Yes. No, I don't think I can. No, I can't. It's annoying. Yeah, I'll have to check your community post that you made after the stream. Um, Here, I can look at the warning signs machine comment. Those brushes are on their last leg. Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just reading some comments that I got. Anyways, let me go back to what I was doing. So, you heard the 500 hertz fast pulse, interesting tone. The one below that is regular march time, so 120 beats per minute. Awesome signal. Then I also did make two 520 hertz signals, code 3 and continuous. Because I had heard other people say that simplex systems can also play 520 hertz signals if you custom program them. So I did that. That's also happens to be the exact sound that would play out of this low frequency sounder. So yeah, but this one doesn't. This one technically it uses a speaker, but it's not a voice evac alarm because it's hooked up as a horn. You just feed it power. You don't feed it an audio signal. And then there's continuous. And then the last, well, almost last one is 750 hertz code 3, which is it's an option in the Simplex 4003. Actually, they offer 750 hertz for some reason. Which is odd that they don't offer it in continuous, but whatever. It's a simplex It's a simplex tone, so I keep it. There's one more. This one, the 4003 slash simplex high-low tone. which sounds like this. Whereas the classic recording that everyone uses sounds like this. So the pitch is a little higher and the speed is just a little bit faster. And the fact that it's a little bit warbly, it has a bit of a flutter, tells me that this was definitely recorded on a cassette tape and sped up. And these recordings were made a long time ago, so. Yeah. And I did make some edits of some other tones, like everyone's heard the 4100U and 4100ES slow whoop. Above that, I have a recording of the paging chime, like when you click the button on the microphone to page the entire system, it plays this. So that's not a recording directly, that's not a raw recording, that's a recording that I took from a video with really, really, really good sound quality. And then I just kind of EQ'd it and did some stuff with like removing background noise, and it's really close to a raw recording, so I keep it. There's not a better available one out there. And then I went ahead and edited that recording into a Code 3 chime because I've seen some hospitals use a Code 3 chime on their voice evac systems. Which does sound pretty cool. And a lot of these are just the recordings that have been made and published. So like the 4100 ES specific voice evac, like the short messages. Oh, it's got the slow whoop in there, so I'm not going to play it. And then there's the 4100 siren tone, which is super rare and it hasn't been documented outside of recordings. So that's a cool sounding tone, but unfortunately that's part of the tone set that has been recorded and pitched up. So that's not exactly what it would sound like out of the panel. And I can actually demonstrate this a little bit by playing just the slow whoop that tone is based off of. So here's the classic recording. And then what it actually sounds like out of the panel, this is a higher quality recording. The start of the whoop is much less harsh, and it doesn't reach as high of a peak pitch. So that's what it actually sounds like. So that same like differences between those would be applied to the siren tone if a newer recording did exist. Here's a recording of the 4100 drill message.
This is a drill. This is a drill. This is a drill. All occupants report to the nearest stairway exit door and await further orders. Do not enter stairway.
And I got a billion of them on here. The hotel message, the default evac, I already went over the slow whoops. I will do this one. So I also have the 600 hertz chime that the original 4100 used. And originally I got the classic recording from the published recording of the 4100's full voice evac with the two chimes at the beginning, and then I just edited that out and repeated it so it sounds like this. So it's like a sort of continuous chime. And then there's also a recording from a 4003 which this is not a raw recording, it's a microphone placed in front of a speaker. So it's not real high quality, but it does better represent the original sound. That's from New Age Server Alarms video. And then there's also the classic recording of the chime doing 60 beats per minute, which sounds like this. Again, that's not what it actually sounds like. That's higher pitched. I already did the high-low. There is... Apparently, the Simplex 4003 offers a code 3 whoop, which sounds like this. Never heard that before. Then there's just a bunch of 4003 tones, like the bell tone. There's also that in code 3. Or continuous. And then I have the all clear and the like evac and the all clear messages from the 4003, which all these 4003 recordings besides the high-low have been sourced from that New Age Server Alarm video where he posted a video of a 4003 doing all the tones.
Attention, attention, attention. An emergency situation has been detected in the building. Proceed to the nearest exit and leave the building. Do not re-enter the building until directed to by the proper authority.
Then going up, there's the all clear message.
Attention. Your attention, please. The building emergency condition has been cleared. You may return to your normal activities.
Yeah, that's basically all the functions on a 4003. And then I also have some 2001/2020 messages, like the evac. So I have two different recordings of the voice evac saved for the 2120. There's the Fire Alarm 9200 recording, and then the Fire Alarm Tech 7 recording, both of which I like for different reasons. So here's the slow whoop sounds a little different because it's generated in the panel instead of a digitally recorded audio being played. So this is the Fire Alarm Tech 7 recording. Queso is live.
Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported.
Etc. And then there's the Fire Alarm 9200 recording, which is a little bit louder, so I'm gonna lower my volume. And it's the same message. I prefer the Fire Alarm 9200 recording, actually, because scratch something. I like the slow whoop on that one better. I think it sounds more like a raw recording. And I like the slow whoop. I'd rather the pitch on the first one, but I like the slowness of the slow whoop. And then Fire Alarm Tech 7 went back and got some better quality recordings of the evac message. So here's what they sound like.
Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported.
And then I can do the drill message as well.
This is a drill. This is a drill. This is a drill. All occupants report to the nearest stairway exit door and await further orders. Do not enter stairway.
You can tell they reused that script on the newer messages. And then I did extend the Fire Alarm 9200 recording, extended the slow whoop all the way to a few minutes, I think. That's loud. That's a minute. of just that same slow whoop over and over again as its own audio file. That's pretty much the whole folder actually. So um, that's all my voice of X stuff for simplex anyways. I need to update my non-simplex stuff. Honestly, I gotta update the whole folder. um, so yeah, that's all my voice of X stuff, some of which I recreated. Um, Finally gonna actually read this message out loud. Pretty sure your school does a spectral alert. Yeah, so that would be the spectral alert advance. The P2RK. The K model is the outdoor version. Um, and I don't. There's no dash R because R is after the 2. The white version would be the P2W. Um, so that's that. Oh wow, it's already 10 o'clock and it's already dark. Yeah. This is a nice chair. Why don't I sit here more often? Whew. Well, I'm gonna do some more meandering on YouTube, I guess. Get some ideas for things to talk about or whatever. Also, my computer is getting low on battery, so let me get a charger. This Chromebook charger that I got is an aftermarket one, and it stopped working after like just a few months. So I had to like bend it a little bit to get it, and I don't know if it still works. Like to get it to. Let me see if I can plug this in and get it working. Unplug one of my security cameras. Will it charge? No. Great. What about my trusty method of bending it into a really awkward position? Will it charge then? No. Well, guys, I think my computer's charger is broke. That sucks. All right, time to do surgery on it. Oh, and my hard drive just disconnected too. Fun. The USB-C port broke on this. Oh, it works. I just had to smash the running track shape. I just had to smash it closed. I don't know what you're trying to say in the chat. If I pinch this a little more, it might work a little better. Maybe? I'll flip it over. I had it. You heard it charge. Can you pour mouthwash on a 2T22? Why? Why would you want to pour mouthwash on a 2T22? What am I doing? Right now, I am trying to get my Chromebook's charger to not suck. Currently, it does suck, and I'm in the process of unsucking the charger. Or at least attempted unsucking of the charger. I'll call it good enough. It'll work. Let me see if my hard drive will stay connected. Gotta do the thing where you gotta bend the cable a billion ways to get it. You gotta prop it. What's up, man? Yeah, you're reconnected. Okay. I think I'm good. And there it goes. Yeah, this hard drive is nice, but it uses that weird, it's like a weird version of the USB port, and that port is super crap. It's the cable that's already broke, it looks fine, but it doesn't want to hold a connection for some reason. It's like micro USB. I don't know why, but I kind of hate it. Makes me a little mad, so I'm just going to resort to pinching it with pliers a little bit. So my computer is charging. The question is, can I get my hard drive to stay connected? I think the answer is no. That would be correct. You have no money and spent on a 2222 and the rest on 29 models of mouthwash. What? Yeah, return the mouthwash. You don't. Either you have a ton of mouthwash, like either you're set for life on mouthwash, or you just return it. Okay, my hard drive is staying connected, so as long as I don't breathe, it might stay connected. Maybe. Yeah, looks like it's still connected, so I'm not gonna mess with it. So um, I moved all of my important stuff out of my Google Drive and onto this hard drive. I actually really regret doing that. It was a really bad idea because now I can't access my stuff anywhere, which makes me kind of annoyed. And I'm now building up a new set of um, stuff on Google Drive, a new set of files that I need to transfer over. Do I have... What is this? Ooh, I forgot this was on there. The... I recorded, so... No, I don't have the shirt on. So I was in... Wait, do I have the shirt over here? No, it's not it. It's in the wash. I have... So this most recent year, I was actually in the 2026 Indiana All-State Honor Band, which is like the highest thing the most prestigious thing you can do as a high school musician. And I actually got a recording of the final rehearsal before our performance. Um, and I forgot how much fun it was. And I saved that audio file. It's like half a gigabyte. I saved it on the hard drive, but not on my MP3 player. So, um, I can listen to it from the hard drive, and I want to, but I'm not going to. Okay, maybe I will. I played bass trombone in this recording, but I don't know if I'm going to still do bass this year or if I'm going to end up playing lead, either the bottom or the top. So we'll see. Um, yeah, I have so many random files on this hard drive. I could do... Oh, here's a file. This is the CD exploding, but on the other side of the sunroom. For context, that is... So, I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but I posted that short of that clear plastic disc on a vacuum motor, and then the short after that was just a piece of paper with my channel written on it. And on both of them, I attempted to spin... Well, I attempted to spin the plastic to pieces. It didn't go, but the paper did. So this is basically that same thing with the paper, but it's recorded on the other side of my house. Because it makes a horrendous noise, and I wanted to see what that sounded like echoing around the neighborhood. So I just spin up this piece of paper until it blows, and it's really quiet, and it's only interesting to me. Can't even hear it. It's super quiet, and it sounds like a firework. What? People's Republic of Bosnia and... I'm not it. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. What do you guys? I don't know what you guys are on about. I just had a thought. I found an online EAS encoder um, where uh, it generates live same headers that you can do whatever you're gonna do, I guess. What if I use those to try and self-activate one of my weather radios? Not the illegal way by transmitting it over the air. I mean by injecting it with that with an RCA cable. What if I tried that on stream? Would you guys want to watch that? Me trying to self-activate a weather radio. It's this the URL is just eas.tools / tool equals encoder. That's the URL. And it's just this EAS encoder online where you can just make your own EAS headers that you can use to do stuff. Actually, let me show you what the website looks like. Should I try and use this to activate one of my radios? Just bring it over here, maybe. Put some batteries in it. I might try that with the. I might try that with my running snail because it's quiet. Here, I'm gonna do it. Let me get the running snail. Let me flip my camera around. So it's connected to a bunch of stuff, and I don't want to drag it over here. So the Recom, I actually don't know how to self-activate, but I don't feel the need to self-activate a Recom because it has every single siren in the siren test. It's kind of loud because I have the volume turned up, but yeah. So I don't really feel the need to self-activate that. I'm gonna do this one because it's super easy to self-activate. The rest of these radios are a lot more picky, but this one will activate pretty easily. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna steal batteries from my fire alarm panel. I'm just gonna use the half-charge backup batteries, I think. I don't have... No, I do have batteries. Hold on. I have them in my 12260 because I hate the flashing battery icon. So it's the one radio I put batteries in. So if I just take the batteries out of that, put them in the running snail, and then unplug it. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, I love watch tones on radios because you hear those the least out of any, I think. Especially on my... Well, I like a lot of the Midland watch tones. They always pick such interesting intervals between the tones. Let me put the rest of these batteries in before I unplug this radio. When I first got a weather radio, I got my WR120EZ, and when I first started using that radio, I had it set on all counties, like all alerts and everything, and then it was put on like just in my kitchen, which made my parents really upset because it was super loud. It's easy. It's not a DSP, so it doesn't have adjustable alert volume. So this was screaming every time there was a thunderstorm in my kitchen, and it scared the crap out of me because it would go off and it'd be super loud. Let's see. Your dad used to have a Raycom for trucking. He gave it to you, then forgot to turn it off, and then yeah. At least these have At least these radios have adjustable alert volume, which is nice. If I go to siren volume, I keep mine at 6. But you can make it super quiet if you turn it all the way down. Hello? Like, that's super quiet. Oh, you can also set it to 0. I forgot. So you could set it to where it doesn't play a siren, but it does play the voice, which is actually kind of cool. So it's called siren mute. You set to 0. I'll leave mine at 6. Extreme heat watch? Interesting. What is this? These are all of my NOAA weather alert radios. These all go off with a little siren like you just heard every time that there's a weather alert in my area. It's one of the things that enthusiasts will collect sometimes. So I'm going to plug this. Oh, and there goes my hard drive. I'm going to plug this in. It's on. Set it to channel 2. Hook up the computer. Okay, then I'm going to just play a tone into it to make sure it's getting through. Because what I'm doing, actually, I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see what I'm doing. So here, I have this hooked up with that in the back. It's running on batteries right now. And then I have it set on channel 2, and I'm just going to play. It's not going through. There we go. There, so when I hit play, you hear it come through. Do you have the battery put? Yes, there's a battery in this right now. It's not plugged in. So here I can play 1050 hertz, which will not activate it because it's the same radio, but just for giggles. So. Yeah. So now I can go over here and generate a same header of whatever alert I want, and it'll play through the radio. So I'm going to set it, I'm just going to do the default tornado warning. I'll set it for just 15 minutes. Now, I don't care about the sender ID. I'll set it for my area. USA, state, Indiana, county. I'll just do the entire state. No region attached. Add. There. So all of tornado warning for all of Indiana. So this is like a statewide tornado drill kind of thing. And then use the National Weather Service. No weather radio attention tone, so just 1050 hertz, 10 seconds. Nothing about the NDEC. And then hit generate. So now if I unplug this and then hit play, this should be now a live EAS header for a tornado warning that will last 15 minutes for all of northern Indiana, or for all of Indiana if I hit play. That's what it should sound. That's what should be encoded in this. Yeah. So now I can go back, plug in the radio, and inject that sound into the radio and hopefully set the radio off in a tornado warning. So let's see what it does. You have to mess with the volume a lot, but let's try it. Okay, it looks like it didn't recognize it. Let me turn it down a little bit. Try again. That's way too quiet. Try again. Okay, try number 3. Oh. That happens a lot. You get unrecognized messages if it recognizes it as an alert, but not. Happens a lot. You get an unrecognized message where it recognizes it as an alert, but it can't decode it. So let me try again. Yep. Okay. Try again. Okay. Try again. Okay. See how this is so annoying to work with and why I never self-activate my radios? What if I just blast it full volume into the thing and see what happens? It actually sounded really clear. Let me try it again. Nope. I'm just gonna keep lowering the volume one click at a time until it works. There's 15 volume clicks on this computer. Try again. Come on. Nah, I didn't recognize it. Try again. Didn't recognize it. Down another click. Try again. Nope. Down another click. Try again. I don't think it's gonna work. Let me see. Let's see. Let's try again. So it's not recognizing these. So I might try again with a different alert. What should I pick? I might do... What do you guys want? I might do something odd like a storm surge watch. Try that. Sender ID. Says it must be 8 characters long. I'm gonna try that, KFSD, but I don't know if that's gonna accept it. Indiana, I'll set it to a specific county. My radio is set to all counties, but... Boil water warning. Sure. Oh, that's not on here. Wait, maybe. Blue alert. No. Nope. There you go. Boil water warning. We'll do that. KFSD in all caps. Okay. Let's try that. For this county, here, clear all locations, add one county. I can add an announcement, text-to-speech announcement. Current NWS Paul, let's do that. Boil your freaking water, idiots. There's bacteria and stuff. Done. Okay. Generate. It's generated the file. I'm gonna listen to it first.
Boil your freaking water, idiots. There's bacteria and stuff.
Alright, cool. Let's do it. Let's see if this stupid radio takes it. It will not. Okay, I'll try again. Okay. Didn't seem to recognize it. Let me try again. I think it's too distorted for it to recognize the alert. Yeah. Anyways, I'm starting to get sick and tired of that advisory tone. I don't know if there's really a better way to do this. Because I'm trying the best I can. Yawn. So I don't think it's gonna work. Sup, ACA Hurricane WX. I'm struggling to self-activate the easiest weather radio I have to self-activate. It is refusing and just kept... Now I have... Apparently I'm under like 17 unrecognized messages. So, there you go. I'm gonna plug this back in because I don't want to try anymore. I've done this like 10 times and I don't want to try anymore. No, I'm not gonna throw it away and cremate it. I'm just gonna flip my camera back around and use both hands to plug it back in. Once I fish the wires from off the floor. Whoa, that was a huge spark. I don't know why, it sparked when I tried to plug it in. Weird. Anyways, I'm gonna take these batteries out and toss them on my bed. Put the cover back on. Plug the alert light back in, the external alert is come on. I'm going to put it back on the channel I had on. Give me a sec. There we go.
Out of the water to avoid hazardous swimming. Adventure.
Aggie. Okay, cool. I'll put these. Got a bunch of batteries that go in my 12260 that I'll just not put back in. Whatever. Toss the cable on the ground. Let's see. Questioning the magnitude of how stupidly powerful an AMR would do to your hurricane. Is that the full size like Thunderbolt blower, or is that a smaller one? Oh, the AMR 500, you mean? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on how. It depends on how many CFM you want to put through it. Like if there was a way to measure your shop vacs CFM output, you could just, if you want it to be more, however much more powerful. I'm pretty sure a 4M blower is like 120. I'm pulling that number out of nowhere. I can look this up. I know I think it's a 5M blower. A full size 5M is, let's see. Emitech pushes 166 cubic feet per minute, and that's what Jared uses for his hurricane. Okay. Let me see what a full size. Let me look up the Siren Wiki page and see what the Thunderbolt blower things are. Like what the CFM ratings are. Let me see what comes up. Air Raid Sirens Wiki. We watched an hour of kids using Shorts audio, pulling their fake BG12s and making noises. That sounds interesting. Let's see. So for Thunderbolt blowers, a 5M supplies 350 cubic feet per minute. A 4M supplies 250 cubic feet per minute. And a 6M supplies 300. So 4M, 6M, 5M, it's 250, 300, 350. And apparently a hurricane blower is 450 CFM. So if the Amitech, whatever, is that I'm gonna assume it's a shop vac brand. If that puts 166 cubic feet per minute through a mini hurricane, getting a full-sized 4M would be like 1.5 times that. I think. Yes, almost exactly 1.5 times the air output for 4M. And then oh, it's a central vac motor. Okay. Let me just look it up. I see. And then what is it? What was it? The AMR, that's what it is. The AMR 500. Do you know how many RPM you're planning on taking it to? 10,000 RPM. Well, what if it's 500 cubic centimeters per rotation times 10,000 a minute is 5 million cubic centimeters per minute, which if I plug that into a calculator, yeah, you're right, 176 cubic feet per minute. So that would be the same as almost the same as an Amatec motor. Um, I mean, you said it yourself, you had a full-size Thunderbolt blower, right? Was that the 4M? Was that a 4M? Because if you took that to full RPM, that would be 250 cubic feet per minute. It's 150% of the original airflow. So I mean that's a lot less than I thought by comparison. Um, I thought that a I thought that the Amatec blower was going to be a lot less cubic feet per minute output. So hearing that a 4M is only 1.5 times as much air out of it, I think you could totally hook a 4M up to your Mini Hurricane and it would be fine. I take back what I said about recommending you don't because it might destroy it. I think it would work. Especially because Jared himself said that he designed it really thick. He designed the walls of the print really thick and sturdy so that they would be able to withstand those pressures. I, you know what? I'd say it's worth a shot. Because now I kind of want to see a half-scale Hurricane run on a full-size blower. That'd be funny. That'd be awesome. Really loud. That'd be funny. Sweet. You know, I recently found that they. Oh, I'm getting notifications because I had to unplug a security camera. I have no clue about drive belts. Oh, hold on. Family member. Um. Yeah, I don't know anything about drive belts. Oh, I have several Blink Minis. Not the Mini 2, the original, the Blink Mini. I have several of those in my room. One of them is up here, where you can't see it. Not like it's like over there. For my 3D printer, and then I have two over by the radio shelves to monitor the weather radios, and they don't work very well for that. I should have gotten those Genie cameras, but 60. Hmm. Sure. Here's one. Tiny camera. And it's the one I unplugged, and I got a notification that it has lost power because I unplugged it. This one right here. And then there's one up here, which looks down on the collection like that. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Someone wanted to do Guess the Siren. Right? The problem is I'm just out of ideas. If I'm gonna do Guess the Siren, I want to do really rare models. Or like ones that are hard to guess. Oh, it'd just be too heavy. Okay. Um. Yeah, Okay. Yeah, I'm just having trouble thinking of models that would be tough to guess. I guess I could go and scroll through my um, list of siren models. Yeah. About the WS1000. Um, I might just do that. I might just start scrolling through my list of models, and if I find one, then I'll just find a video of it, and we'll do that. Chunk of cast iron while the AMR is made of cast aluminum. Okay. I know that Suterbilt, well, the company still exists, and they actually still manufacture drop-in replacements for their original blowers. Like the drop-in replacement for a 4M is the model. I think it's just called the 4MS, and that series of blowers with the S tacked on the end is just a basically just a reproduction as a drop-in replacement. So like, if you went to like you could totally get one of those if you got like a Thunderbolt head and like a gas engine or something to power a blower, but you just need a blower. You could just get a brand new one. um, yeah, I'm sure they're expensive, but you could. That's an option. I just thought, they're still making Thunderbolt blowers, not specifically for use as a Thunderbolt. They're just making Suterbilt blowers still, like the exact model with the exact dimensions and everything, and same specifications and everything. All right, let me start scrolling my list and see if there's anything guessable or unguessable. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. Here's one. Oh, it has to fit inside the enclosure. Okay. Uh, okay. Here is a. Hold on, let me look at this chat message. AC Hurricane WX, for some reason, the moderation decided it didn't like your most recent comment. Um, I don't know. I can't answer it. I don't know what the dimensions are of a blower of a for other people who can't see the message. He wants to know what the dimensions are for a hurricane blower cover to Model 1. But in the meantime, here is a siren video if you guys wanted to guess the siren. Yeah, for that? Yeah. I don't know why it blocks the messages. I already said this, but the YouTube AI moderation has gone completely rogue. It's it it's like it's ridiculous. It started just it's like a it started banning channels completely randomly with like zero legit reason. I didn't know I don't do Roblox, so I don't know about that, but at least I know for YouTube, like Charlie made a video about that. Yeah, you have to ask Jared. I mean, at least he's active again. So, I guess is it not on his printables? I mean, I assume not if you don't have the dimensions. Anyways, I have a siren video, so if you guys are fine with that, I I'll play it and we can just do guess the siren. Is that fine? Yeah? Alright. Cool. Guess this one. I'm gonna need specifics. How did you guess it was a 4.5 1003? Yes, it's a 1003, but how did you guess? How? I gotta give it to you. That's incredible. Unless you can see the reflection of my glasses, but there's no way. You just guessed. That's really good. Good luck. Okay. Let me find another one. You realize they never made 4.5 1003s, right? Those were only ever custom. A couple of them exist, but they're all custom made. Ooh. Like they've been chopper swapped. The Silver Street Thunderbolt has been fixed. It now tests in proper high-low. Yeah, St. Paul's was also... Um, even before restoration, it was still on a 4.5 chopper, I think. Wait, no. No, it wasn't. Um, you're correct. It was 4.5 swapped during restoration. I forgot that that popular video of it doing the alternating whale that's like super low quality and super loud. I forgot that video was after the restoration. Okay, try and guess this siren. Miles again, it's a 5T. This one is the one in Walkerton, Indiana, that does a daily noon blast, which I have yet to see, but it's on my list. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I believe you. I believe you know your sirens. Okay. Mm. Let's see. Ooh. Why are there so many videos of not what I want? Alright, let's try this one. Once the video loads. I'm gonna skip activation to it. Here we go. It's not a Cyro drone. RSH-10, you got it. It's a Thunder Beam. I was gonna see if I could trick you guys into saying it's an STH-10. It's not. Jax, what's your question? What happened to the floor fans? They're back on the floor. They are over there. They were sitting on my desk. I took the blades off. The blades are stored under my bed because they were huge and I didn't have floor space for them. So they just sit over there. And I recently destroyed the glass globe on that Hugger fan by accident. I set something on my bed and then it fell off and cracked the glass. So I just threw it out. I might get a new one. I could like might run to the store or something, and just like run to a thrift store and see if I can find something. You live behind the Walmart where there's an RSH-10. Okay. I was playing a Thunderbeam, Federal Signal Thunderbeam. We're doing Guess the Siren. Um, do one of the. My phone has to be propped up a really weird way because of the charger, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna be sideways for a while. Um. Okay. Let's go back to Guess the Siren. I put in the chat what happened. All right, let's try this video. Maybe. All right. Guess the siren. Oh, there goes my phone again. I think a little. My Wi-Fi is being weird. Hello? You guys hear me? We good? My mic is on. Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, third time's the charm. I guess the siren. Maybe? Yeah, it's an SD10. You got it. Okay, this is gonna be a really hard one. Really hard one. Freezing is. It keeps lagging. Okay. This one's gonna be really, really hard. Alright, try this out. It's not an STH-10. Not a Thunderbeam. It's not a 2001. Not a Model 5. I'll play it again. It's not a Fidel code. Any more guesses? Oh, sure. One more time. Why not? Yeah, let me actually switch videos. Whoa. This is the same unit. It's just a different video. That's a little bit better, audio quality. Eventually. Okay, here we go. Not a sentry, not a Darley. Does not rotate. Yeah, it's omnidirectional. Yes, I'll say it's federal signal. Not an Eclipse 8. Eclipse 8s don't sound like that. Ooh. It's not an STH-10. Hello, sirens of DFW. How's Texas these days? It's not Fidel code. It's not like a Model 2 or a Model 5. My hair's so messy. You guys want to keep guessing, or should I just give it to you? You guys give up? Alright, I'll give it to you. This is the one-of-a-kind mystery siren from Monmouth, Illinois, that looks like sort of like an SD10, but it's single tone. My phone is tied to a power supply over here, so I cannot. I can just pick up the computer and show you. It's this thing. I think people theorize that this is a Federal Signal super siren, like that series. But It's just mostly just a mystery siren, but it looks very Federal Signal. So that's what that is. That's what you were hearing. I think that's a unique rotor, actually. Oh, you get this. Yeah, this thing. This is the mystery siren in Monmouth, Illinois, that no one really knows what it is. That's what we were hearing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks very Federal Signal. Because of the mount and that top shroud looks like it was sourced from an SD10. So it was either parted together or it was just like a custom thing, or it's just like a super rare siren that it's like one of a kind. Yeah, I told you this was going to be a hard one. So let me look for another one. All right. That particular video, I think they called it like Federal Signal ST-12. That's just what they called it. But it's more like a lot of people just call it the Monmouth, Illinois Mystery Siren, spelled MONMOUTH. Monmouth, Illinois. Just call it the Mystery Siren because that's what it is. No one knows for sure. Why am I yawning so much? Alright, try and guess this siren. This one's not as hard. Let's get that. Not a sentry. It's not a 5T. Not ACA. Not a T128. Not a 7T. It's not an alerter. Not a P10. Not a howler. It is rotating. Yes, it's a 500. This one's a 500 AT. Good guess. Okay. Let me try and throw you guys for a loop. That was a rotating federal signal siren. Okay. How about this one? There's no way you guys are gonna get this one. It's not an EOWS, not an electronic. You're getting somewhere. You're still getting somewhere, but it's not analog. Not a Thunderbolt. It's behaving oddly in this video. The rotator broke mid-test. Oh, now it moves. Not a mobile directo. Not an EO, not a 612. It's not a Hornet, but U-23C Railfan is getting somewhere. It's more than just a Thunder mod. You got it. It's the Vorbolt. It is a Wheelin' Vortex on a Thunder mod, on an Ultra Voice running a Thunder mod controller. It's that one in Farmers Branch, Texas. Good guess. After some hints. Okay. It did sound like a Thunderbolt. It was intentional. Whoa. What's going on? Okay, this one might be a bit of an easier one. Stretch. Alright, try and guess this one. Oh, wait, skip ahead a bit. Alright, this one.
Hold it for just a second. Alright.
That's no 612. Yes, it's a DSA. It's a DSA 6. Okay, you guys are doing pretty good. Alright. Yeah, it was a DSA running the Ultra Voice chime off of an Ultra, or running the Cybertone chime off of an Ultra Voice. What about... Yeah. All right. Here's a video. Let me fast forward. Try and guess this one. Maybe. Come on. Okay, here we go. It's not a T-128. It's not a P-15, not a Defender, not a 10V. Not a P-10. Not an RM-127. It's not a Champion. It's not a 20V1T. I'm gonna keep playing the video because it actually does alert and attack. And not a Model 7. Not a 10V. Yes, it is a BN52 Mobile Directo. Someone else said gas-powered Directo, but they sound a little different. Jerry Wick's Directo doesn't quite get to the same pitch. Nice jet. Nice jet? Guess. Nice guess. Okay. How about this one? Once the video loads. Oh, I guess it clicked on the video for me. Weird. Hit play, please. Alright, here's one. Not a 1000T. Not an alerter. Not a Directo. Yes, you got it. It's the Gradinger, Iowa 1012 port Banshee. The Banshee 110. Nice guess. Okay. Yeah, you got it. It's the Banshee 110. That Banshee 110. Hello, Lion King JDL 400. Alright, try and guess this siren. I have to skip ahead of it. Okay. Not a BN-44E, not a Thunderbolt. Not a CLM. Not a 500 AT. There you go. It's a 500 SHTT. It's the second generation dual tone one, that the 1012 one with a 24-inch rotor. Good one. All right. Yes, it is Abilene, Kansas. Is that how you pronounce it? It's that one. It's the one in Kansas. That's impressive that you could actually guess the individual unit too. Search. Come on. All right. This one, I want you guys to be real specific with your guess, because I'm not just going to give this to any random guess. Okay. Hold on, that wasn't the right, hold on. Yeah, it's the Mark 1. You guys guessed it. It was super obvious because of the reverse wired blower. It's Tyler's Mark 1. Yeah, it's just a loud blower. I thought it was reverse wired, but no. Okay. Okay. Let me do a hard one. There's no way you guys are going to get this one. You are not going to get this one. Yeah, that weird attack signal was because the blower was intentionally reverse wired for that for that particular round of signaling, which was causing the chopper to speed up even more. All right. Try and guess this siren. There's no way. Go already. Come on. Not in the lighter. SD1P. Oh, that's it. That's the whole test. Dang. Not an S2. Not a 5T. Not another 500. Not an S10. Let me play it again. That was a really short. It's not a 7.5. This is no alerter. Not a Banshee. This is a tough one. I'll play it one more time. Not a 17. Not a P15. Not a P10. Not a Howler, not a 3T. That would be cool though. I don't know if I've seen a 3T, a dual tone Model 3. I've heard they exist though. Ultra eyebrow raise. Not a P15. Someone was, I'll give you a hint, someone was really close beforehand. They had the right series, not the right model. It's not a Banshee 110. Okay, fine. It's ACA. I'll give you that. It's ACA. It's not an S5. Those are single tone. Nope, it's not the Three Screamers, though that actually is the first video recommended after this one. I was considering clicking on it. Not a Howler. You guys give up? We're gonna keep guessing. Not a 500 AT. Give up? Alright. This one is an ACA Screamer 108. This is one of the earlier ones that preceded the S2, 5, 7.5, and S10. So it's 912 dual tone, and it's mounted like a normal, more normal siren. Yeah, I forget those exist all the time. I got you guys with that one. It's just called ACA Screamer 108 monthly test. You should be able to find it. I think it's the only video of a Screamer 108 on YouTube. Or one of the only videos of a Screamer 108. Oh, let me see. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on, I actually need to double check that this person here has the right model. I'm pretty sure they do, but I'm gonna check. Let me go on the Air Raid Sirens wiki to double. I'm gonna go on the Air Raid Sirens wiki to double check. What is it? Okay. Try and guess this siren. Not a banshee. Not a B-15. Not an RM-127. Not a P-10. Not an RM-130. It's not Sentry. Oh. Miles got it. This is an 8-port ACA Screamer. This particular one is the video says it's a 7.5. I think it's probably an S10. I'm pretty sure the only 8-port S7.5s were the Darley rebrands. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they are. I gotta be real, guys. I'm getting really tired. I know we're on a roll, but like I want to go to bed. So I kind of just want to be done. I'm not I mean, even if I did the St. Paul, Nebraska 1003, I'd immediately be giving it away. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to be done. I've already been doing this for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm tired. It's like almost midnight my time. So. Yeah. I need to go to sleep, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry I couldn't go later, but I'm sleepy. I need some sleep. So, at this rate, I'll probably stream again tomorrow night. I really don't know. Let me read this message. Yeah, it's like it is. It's blackout. So yeah. Yeah, hope you guys have a good night. I will probably end up streaming tomorrow just because I'm just doing this every evening now. So, if I do, I will see you then.